Hello everybody, we are Team Agave Networks, and first of all I would like to introduce you to Leah. She's 14 years old and she has been working in a landfill in Cambodia since she was 10. But she's not the only one. Thousands of people like her have the unfortunate of living on a waste field just because one of the most important problems on the world right now, which is waste production.
Every year we produce 2 billion tons of waste. This is equivalent to the weight of 4,000 times the Burj Khalifa. 50% of the waste is from industrial and commercial sources, and 40% of the industrial waste ends up in landfills.
So why is it a problem, and what are the shortcomings of the current solutions? First of all, there's a lack of communication both within and across farms, which makes it hard to coordinate any excess material or waste. Even worse, it leads to something known as the bullwhip effect. Because of the lack of information, there's uncertainty across the supply chain, causing everyone to produce more material. The problem with current solutions is that they all focus on the last step of the supply chain where production was already made. Think of recycling. With recycling, everything was produced already and now you do the best you can with it. An efficient solution will tackle the problem at its root, which is production.
So what is our solution? Agave Networks is a smart marketplace which is able to predict, reallocate, and monetize surplus materials before it's even considered waste. The platform analyzes internal production information of our customers in order to predict waste materials and then reallocate them to an optimal user.
Let's give you an example. Your construction company using the Agave network. You type in your project and over time we see how much of the material you're actually using. We're going to put it to the efficient level, and once it reaches a certain size, we're going to distribute it in a radius to a company nearby that is in need of the actual material. So how are we actually going to bring this to the market, as it's a quite complex process? We have a 3-stage strategy. In the first phase, we're going to build a marketplace that allows for companies to conveniently buy and sell excess material waste. Think of it as the B2B eBay for waste. We already have letters of intent of numerous companies, such as Memo Tip or the London Waste and Recycling Board. The aim of this phase is to build a simple product with a simple value proposition that allows for easy customer onboarding. To ensure this, we're going to be involved in matching the demand and supply to make transactions more likely.
After developing our customer base, we will take our marketplace to the next stage by automating it. We are going to allow our customers to automatically input their surplus and deficit and then allocate them to an according partner. And then our long-term vision, Agave Network will be able to predict and coordinate the overall supply chain across the industry. The days when industries predict their own production based on their historical data are over. We are creating a connected supply chain which is going to consist the coordination among companies.
Our early adopters is going to be the construction industry in Germany. Why? Because it's the biggest producing waste construction company in Europe. Actually, 30% of the material ends up as being waste. Another thing is, like, Germany needs to build 350,000 housing units by 2021, which is, as you can understand, a big market.
Let's break it down to the unit level. Let's say you're building a small house. You know those boxes where you put in the litter or excess material? The disposal of one of these costs $1,600. Even in a small house, you're going to fill up around 6, creating a cost of around $10,000. In theory, you're able to reutilize 80% of that material, creating a market size of $2.4 billion. If we're able to only reutilize 40% of the 80%, we're going to be able to create a saving of $5,000 for customers, creating a tangible product.
Based on the savings of our customers, we developed a 2 revenue streams business model for our product. The first one, a subscription model, and then a commission based on the transactions happening inside the platform from 7% to 12% of the total value.
According to our expectations, if we have 10 customers in the first year, and if we have an organic growth of 1%, we will be able to break even by the 3rd quarter of the 2nd year.
With a funding of $1 million, we'll be able to stay liquid until the 2nd quarter of the 3rd year, in the worst case scenario of not earning a single cent. The funding will primarily be used for customer acquisition and will go into the development of our platform to ensure a seamless product. Let's go 5 years down the line. We got the funding, we had a successful business. At that point, we're going to have 2,000 users, accumulated profit of 7 million, but more importantly, those 2,000 users will have engaged in 57,000 transactions at a value of 82 million. This will save 400,000 material 300,000 tons of material landing in the landfill, and a total saving of 193 million kilograms of CO2 for the environment. And who are we to make this possible? Well, Emmanuel is a CTO. He's currently not here. He's in Mexico talking to some potential clients, but he has 5 years experience as a senior developer, and more importantly, with his brother Daniel, they were working on a startup called Kruger67, which was a pioneer of Agave and already explored the idea of reusing resources. Then they met Abdi at the Hult Prize, and Abdi, as the numbers guy, was able to make sense of the numbers whether it's worth pursuing such a project, and I joined last. I basically ran a sharing economy platform, and my technology matched Daniel's vision, and together we all produced Agave.
Thank you very much.
And don't forget that one person's trash is another person's treasure.